Sir, this moment has finally happened. You were also heading the ISRO when the Boeing Starliner had gone into space. What does this moment mean to you? How are you tracking it about the splashdown on Earth?
This is a moment we were all waiting for to happen for quite some time after the issue of the Boeing Starliner getting into some difficulties of bringing Sunita and others back home and coming empty. We were looking with a lot of anticipation how they are going to come back. And all of us knew that it is going to come back only in Crew Dragon. That seems to be the only option left. But then it took quite some time. I really don't know why it took so much of time. Possibly they could have done it early. But then it happened today, and we should be very, very happy to see it's happening. And it also showcases our ability to handle crisis. Human beings don't get stuck in space, but there are mechanisms to bring them back. Of course, it's available. So, though it doesn't happen with the main satellite which they intended to, because Boeing Starliner is no longer functional and ready to take human beings, but then at least there is a Crew Dragon available to do that. And if it was not there, still there would have been another craft available from the Russian side or somewhere else to do this mission. So, human beings have now progressed far beyond its original capability of going to space travel, and gives us hope that future travel will happen with more and more vehicles available. Options should be available for us to go and come back to space. So that's how I look at it.
So you also, because you led the Chandrayaan mission that gave such a celebration moment for India, and how this was consistent determination that came in. Tell us about what such missions mean to scientists like yourself, because there are so many uncertainties, challenges that people outside the agency may not realize. So tell us about the kind of effort, the determination that is needed to keep going, to ensure success this way or that will come, and the kind of challenges that are often involved in such missions.
The human space missions are always very, very challenging technically, as well as its planning and execution. First and foremost is, of course, design of the spacecraft where human beings travel. It's a really complex mastery of engineering and science. In its design, in its operation, software, and every element that has to work very synchronously. I think that is one of the biggest challenges, and it takes years of perfection to make it work every time. Though it looks so simple and easy for it to come back and then land softly with the parachutes deploying, but it is fully autonomous, and the human interventions are very, very minimum, except in case of contingencies and failures. So the whole of the mission is in terms of its sequencing appropriately. The right time it has to deorbit from the full velocity to the re-entry velocity, so as to precisely locate it to land at a very tight spot, in few kilometers away in the area where we have to collect them. But then, so failures, how do you really handle failures in such missions, and what type of redundancies are built into it in case anything goes wrong, and how alternate splashdown sites are identified for habitat recovery tools. I think all of this, globally, they understand this, and many a times there were initial issues, but now after having perfected it, it is like airline travel, where you don't worry about all those technicalities, those who travel there. So it's a question of numbers. Yeah, it's a question of numbers that we perfect it with over a large number of specimens.
All right, so remember, it's also about the Indian roots that has found a connect for India and feeling like she's our space girl too. Sunita Williams was, though born in Ohio on 19 September 1965, her father has been a neuroscientist born and brought up in Gujarat. He migrated to America in the 1950s, where then Sunita Williams was born. So she has a mixed heritage of Gujarati and American descent. Sunita's ancestral roots are from a village in Gujarat, Julasan village in Gujarat, where literally there was a celebration mode, knowing that in some way their village has also made it to the world map. She has visited Gujarat to reconnect with her cultural legacy. And remember, even though born and brought up in the USA, throughout her space journey, she has consistently referred to her Hindu roots, whether it was with the Bhagavad Gita or even carrying the samosas as a snack. She's embraced her faith by carrying the Ganesh deities into the space to stay rooted. She also, remember, captured and shared a Kumbh Mela image when the ongoing Mela was on, and the kind of congregation we saw, the largest gathering on earth. She sent in an image from space as well, feeling like she's a part of it. Also, she's met Prime Minister Modi, but that happened in 2007 when Prime Minister Modi was then the Gujarat Chief Minister. And that is why we are told that the Prime Minister incumbent has also spoken to senior scientists. For example, Dr. Somnath has been inquiring consistently about her safe return, which has now happened, and he's known to her father as well. I want to go to B.K. Tyagi, who's been a former principal scientific officer from the Vigyan Parasar, which looks at the scientific innovation, technology, research. So you tell me this, when I look at Sunita Williams or Kalpana Chawla's stories, Sunita Williams here for specific reasons, do you think young girls here in India, across the world possibly, are looking at her journey? She's about 59 years of age and thinking, if she can go into space, so can I. And I think of that story because sometimes you don't know who you're inspiring by just your efforts and determination.
Yes, yes. I think this is very, it's an example and very inspiring, not only for girls, even for young boys also, the future generation. And in age is not abounding. Even the other astronaut, he is, I think, 64. So they all are setting an example. If you have a determination, you can do it. And they overstayed there. They are still in a the perfect stage of their health. They are very healthy, hearty, happy. So this give a message, because this is all the results will be the common heritage of the mankind in terms of their finding. And it as the space industry will grow, the more we need more and more people in a different at different level, not only astronaut but the engineers, doctors, dietitians, designers. So this is like Sunita Williams has set an example that space going to be the one of the future in science and technology, and you have a definite option to opt for this career.
To keep going, sir, because many would say that by the age of 60, a woman's prime is over. She shows, and this is for anyone, male or female, at 60 as well, your prime can be the biggest highlight and headline across the world. Professor P.D. Sahare, Sunita Williams and her Indian Connect. I look at these visuals coming in from a village in Gujarat where there are celebrations and the connect that many feel. Do you think her journey has been inspiring to a lot of youngsters who may not have the means right away, but they do have a dream, they have an ambition? And when you look at stories like this, you perhaps feel that many youngsters are going to be encouraged, and possibly later into the life as well. If she, almost at 60, can go into space, I hope many others are looking forward to fulfill their dreams too.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly, it's very inspiring. And she's a role model to many youngsters, not only youngsters, many other people, many other scientists even. So the way she has courage, the way she has all resilience, she stayed over there and faced all the difficulties, and she really had very strong will. So it's all the qualities makes her very different than others, and many people will get inspired, I'm sure. Those who dream for such kind of thing, I mean, she will be always a role model.